time to work on our next project. And now we're going to make squash relish. So we're going to weigh our squash. We need 4 pounds of squash to do this. Well, look at that little squash. We're going to get all this weighed out. I want to be, sorry, as precise as I can be. Alright, that's a little over 2.5 pounds. We're getting there. I may have enough to do 2 runs of this. What? Yeah. I love the size of these squash. They are the perfect size. They're still very tender. They're not real seedy. You know what I mean about that. They're not tough. Alright, there is. There's 4 pounds of squash right there in that bowl. So we've got probably, we don't have 4 pounds, we've got close to it. So now, I'm going to move this over here out of the way. So I'm going to get this squash washed up, get my food processor out, and we're going to get this started. Okay, these are all washed, and now let me turn this light down because clearly I suck at this. Y'all see my little harvest over here? I've got my tomatoes over here. They're going to finish ripening here in the house because the cats will not leave them alone. And some of these we just need to go ahead and eat. Some of them I'm planning on doing something with, but this one and this one are the 2 that I grabbed this morning. So yeah, all that's laying over there, but we're not here for that, are we? So what I want to do is I want to take the ends off of the squash, and this is going to be quite loud. So let's see. This is a new one, a new a new food processor for me. So yeah, y'all can't even see it. There it is. New food processor. Because I burnt the motor up in my other one. I'm kind of hard on them. I have one dedicated to chopping up my laundry detergent when I make it. Which I have an old video of that. I may have to post that one day. That might be pretty cool. But, yeah. Little man has been sitting over here having him a snack of a bowl of cereal. Come around this way so you don't knock that off, please. Thank you. So, this may not take as long as I thought it would, but I'm going to bring y'all back when I get all this done, because I'm sure y'all don't want to hear this go on the whole time. So yeah, I know I like to talk and I like to do all the things, and I told y'all that I would take y'all through every step and show you all everything, so that, you know, if there's something that happens that you're unsure about when you're doing it, then you can see the whole process and know what's going on. And y'all know if it's going to mess up, it's going to mess up with me, right? Most of the time, that's the logic. So, I mean that. That's why my videos are a little bit longer. because I believe in showing the whole process, not just the highlights.
B-T-E-R.
Okie dokie. And yeah, I am a visual learner. If you show me how to do something, then I got it.
Could I have
and I appreciate that in others.
Could I have a spoon?
Just a minute, buddy. And I just realized I do not have my apron on. But it'll be alright. We'll get it back on here in just a minute. And I'm going to go ahead and cut that one in half. Just to make it a little easier. And I do not know why my dishwasher just sung to me, but it did. Ghost in the house again. And again, this is 4 pounds of yellow squash. And we are going to get it shredded up. I could use my hand shredder, but you know, I've got this handy dandy food processor here, so why not use it, right? Alright, I'm gonna get this shredded up. I'll bring y'all back. Can y'all see how pretty that's shredding up? I love that. We've got about half of it done, and I'm just going to put, let me dry this bowl out. I am just going to put this over here in this bowl to sit for just a minute until I get the rest of it done. Oh, there, that comes out with it. It's okay, it's okay. I am just getting used to this new food processor. Every one of them's different, I know. And I had my old one, well, I had it for about 1.5 years. Again, kind of hard on them. That's okay. That is okay. That's okay. Alright, so I got that out. So let's do this again. So there's that. There's that. Oh, wait a minute. Am I supposed to put that on? I don't think I am. I think I'm just supposed to put this on. Maybe. Okay. Let's see. It doesn't want to go on. Lord, I told y'all if it was going to go wrong, it would go wrong with me. Nope. Okay, so yes, that has to go on. There we go. Okay. And I just dropped it in my shoe. Oh. That's garbage. Y'all, you know how it is around here. Well, alright. We're going to do this again. Okay, we got all the squash. That is still way too bright. Or am I just seeing things? Maybe not. Whatever. It'll be alright. There's the squash done. So we're going to get these big pieces out that it did not chop up, which is just minimal. It's fine. I'm going to set that right there. We're going to get this. We're going to attempt. I probably should have got a bigger bowl, but I did not. So, yeah. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. It's one of those days today. Now, this is not my typical squash relish. I have lost the recipe that my sweet mother-in-law gave to me for squash relish. I don't know what I've done with that thing, but it was more like a chow chow, and I can't find a recipe that is anywhere near it. So I don't know. I don't know. I hate that I lost that recipe because it was really good, but it is what it is. and she's no longer with us, so I can't go back and get it. None of her kids seem to have it, so I don't know. We've asked his sisters and sister-in-law, and none of them seem to have it. Alright, so there's the squash. It's ready to go. So now I'm going to put this back on. We've got one more thing that we need to shred up. We're going to get one onion, and we're going to shred it up. So let me get this ready. Alright, let me go get my onion shred up, and we'll be right back. So for this recipe, it only called for 1/2 cup of onion. So we are just going to kind of maybe quarter this one and get it down in here. Yeah, that sounds good. Ah! So don't drop it all on the floor. Alright. So there's that. Let me get this up out of the floor. Oh! And go ahead and get this done. No tears. No tears. That's why I love it. That's why I love it. Alright, let me get these big pieces out. Right there and right there. Y'all, I don't think that's half a cup. I'm gonna get my cup, my measuring cup measure. Oh Lord, I'm gonna get my 1/2 cup measure out here. We're gonna find out, and I need just a little bitty. We're gonna see. It might be. I could, well, if I could get away from some stuff. I could be wrong here. I've been known to be wrong. I don't want that big piece in there. Yep, that was the perfect size. Who would have thought it? I know there's a little bit of squash mixed in with that, but that's okay. That is perfectly okay. I don't want that big piece in there. You get out. Yeah. Oh. Alright, we're good to go. We are good to go. So, on to the next step of our squash relish. Okay, so here's what we have to do for the brine for this. We're going to put 2 cups apple cider vinegar, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know that I have 2 cups. So we're about to find out. May have to use some white vinegar. If we do, that's okay too. There's 1 cup. Oh my gosh. We had right at 2 cups. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and throw that little bitty bit in there. I'm a happy girl. Didn't think I had it. Did not think I had that. Let me turn this light off out here. Don't need that on. And then we are going to add 2 1/4 cups of white sugar. So let's grab our sugar back over here. I should have been a little more prepared for this, but you know. Would it really be me if I was? No. Alright. So 2 1/4. This is a 1 cup measure. There's 1. There's 2. and 1/4. Then I need, wouldn't you know it, I forgot this. Forgot my measuring spoons. We need 2 teaspoons of celery seed. Celery seed. Say that 2 times fast. There's 1. That barely fits down in there. There's 2 teaspoons of turmeric. That's going to give it great flavor and really pretty color. And then it says, well, 4 teaspoons of mustard seed. I do not have mustard seed, so I'm going to be using ground mustard. Okay, so it says 4 teaspoons. I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of the ground mustard in there. Ooh, that's a good teaspoon. All right. There we go. Then I'm going to grab my whisk. And we're going to bring this up to a boil. We're going to turn it on just a little below high. Let me grab my whisk. And go ahead and bring my squash and onion over, because we're going to be needing it here in just a second. We just want to bring this to a boil. Y'all, my printer is almost out of ink. If y'all can see that. Oh, Lord. Oh, the adventures. Oh, the adventures. Alright, so we're combining the vinegar, the sugar, the celery seed, the turmeric, and the mustard in there. I don't know why I brought that pickling salt in here, but I did for some reason. I don't know why. Recipe does not call for that. So we just want to get all of these combined, let this come up to a boil. And then we're going to add our squash and our onion in here. Y'all, it smells so good. And I need to remember to add apple cider vinegar to my grocery list so I can be watching for it to go on sale. Because I need to apparently stock that in my prepper pantry. If y'all haven't seen a video, a tour of my prepper pantry, I will try to remember to link it in the description. I have multiple pantries and keep them stocked for just in case. And with the price of groceries nowadays, it does not hurt one bit to have it. Alright, I've got all that whisked in. I'm going to put the whisk over here. Let's see. I'm going to grab this big wooden spoon right here so that when this comes to a boil, we will be ready to put in our squash. So I'll bring you guys back when this starts boiling. Alright, y'all, it is boiling. I'm going to stir it around just a little bit. We'll add in my onion. And then I'm going to add in all this squash. Let me change hands. I should have known better than to try to do that. Be very careful. This will splash up on you and it will hurt. Alright. Now, we just want to mix this around like this right here. Oh, the color of this, y'all. I don't even know that the camera will do it justice, but just the color. Wow. And the smell. Yum. Alright, we want to bring this back up to a boil. And we're going to let it just kind of soft boil. You don't want a hard rolling boil. Okay? Just a soft boil for 5 minutes. And then we're going to take it off. We're going to put it in the jars and get it in the canner. Yeah, this was a pretty simple and easy project. And I love my handy dandy food processor for making it easier and not making me have to stand there and hand shred all this. So, alright, we're going to let that boil. We're going to let that come to a boil for 5 minutes. And it's already boiling. So I'm going to start my timer. So, we'll be back. Okay, y'all, it's time to get this in the jars. I've got my jars all hot and sterilized. They are ready for this. So with this, you want to leave 1/2 inch, okay, of headspace. And you want to make sure that you've got plenty of liquid to cover everything in your jar. So right now I'm just getting some liquid out and putting it in there. Now I'm going to make sure that we don't have any air bubbles. So I'm just going to go around with my handy dandy tool. Let's see. I cannot see that. At all. So there is that. Let's pull the next one up here. Y'all know I'm going to make a mess with this, and this turmeric will stain. And I probably should have something underneath my jars on my countertops. But I don't. So here we go. Hopefully I'm not too messy with this. And hopefully I can get this just cleaned up quickly. And that's a little much in there. But let's see how it does. Oh Lord, and I have done it with that again. Alright, hold on. Let me grab some vinegar, because I have made a mess. I need the vinegar anyway for when I put this in the canner. Don't want to forget my vinegar. Alright, there we go. Saved the day. Saved the day. Let me grab a spoon out of here, because I do want to get some of this out. And we'll just put it over in this one. There we go. It didn't take a whole lot. I didn't overfill it by a lot, but I did overfill it. And I am going to, since it's got vinegar on it now, go ahead and just wet it. And I'm going to go ahead and clean out my rims off. This is super hot. Like, I thought the blackberry jam was hot. No, this is super hot. And you want to make sure, again, that your rims are very clean. Okay? And we'll go ahead and put lids on these. Like that right there, like that right there. Okay, I'm going to have a towel, because I'd like to have fingerprints left after I'm done with this. I would prefer not to burn them all off. You can see I've only got 5 jars out here. That's what it's supposed to make. We shall see. If I have more, that's fine too.
Is the refrigerator on?
Yeah. Why?
When I put my foot right here on the freezer door, it doesn't feel cold.
That's odd, isn't it?
Yeah, but when I put my hand up there, it does feel cold.
Funny how things happen like that, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I overfilled that one just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. So we're just going to take a little bit out of that. There we go. That was all I needed. Just a tiny bit. We're going to clean this one off. Like that. Nope, there's still a little left on the rim. I can see it. Put the lid on. Grab our towel.
How much jelly are you making?
Well, this isn't jelly. This is squash relish. So,
Oh.
y'all, we got apple jelly coming up this week. We've got pickled beets coming up this week. We may have some green beans coming up. I don't know for sure. I don't know how many. Once I get to picking out there in the middle, we'll have to see what we've got. I don't know. But I know we've got apple jelly, pickled beets. I know we've got that left. So y'all don't want to miss out on this. So it's a continuing saga.
Oh, wait, that has a magnet on it. That has a magnet on it.
It does.
I knew that the little metal part was
Do you know
a
what
magnet.
it's for? Do you know what the magnet on that is for? Look,
Put it on the
No.
fridge.
to pick up my lids. It's a Canon tool. It picks up my lids for me.
I thought it was to stick it on the fridge.
And y'all, you do still want these just finger tight. You don't want to tighten the lids or the rings, because again, your lids will buckle and it won't seal good, and you don't want to waste all this time and energy that you've spent putting this stuff up and have a mishap with that. That would be, that's hot, buddy. That's got, no. That's got stuff on it. Don't bother that, okay? Thank you. Anyway, you don't want to have a mishap right there at the end. I think they see you, dude. All right, y'all, that gave me right at 5 pints. So, I'm happy with that.
5 jar pints.
Yep. I'm happy with that. So now I'm going to get this last one.
I know the camera can't see, but there's like 4 jars of that stuff under the camera.
That's where Nanny pushed them over to. All right, y'all, I'm going to get these in the electric pressure canner over here. These are going to water bath for about 20 minutes. I'm going to be on, it says 15 to 20. I'm going to be on the safe side. I'm going to do mine for 20, and then we'll get them out. Okay? So let me get these processing. All right, y'all. This is ready. Our squash relish is fixing to come out of the canner. As you can hear, probably can't see, but as you can hear, the steam is done. So let's see if we can get this lid off. Oh yes. Oh yes. And I remembered to put my vinegar in this. It's ready. So let's see. We're going to use one hand again to get this out. Look at that. How beautiful is that? We're going to set that down right there. Oh my gosh, y'all. Look at that beautiful color. I love it. I love it. Now, I just let this water bath, like I said, for 20 minutes. It said 15 to 20. So, I was on the safe side. And I let it go 20. Yes, I still have dishes. Real life here, folks. Real life. Every now and then, Nanny likes to take a break and go sit down and drink her iced coffee or her Arnold Palmer's and just rest for a minute. So there's our 5 pints of squash relish. And hopefully I will start hearing the pings of those really soon. And we're just going to let all this set out overnight. We'll check it in the morning, see how it looks, make sure everything's sealed, and then we'll get the rings took off and get all this on the shelf. Of course, I'm going to mark it. I am not going to forget this time, I promise. I will mark it so that I'll know what it is. Won't be like last year. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. I think that's really good for today's project. So yeah, I think I'm done. Tonight we are having hot dogs and chili on light bread. Not even going to put it on a bun. We're just going to do it on sandwich bread, light bread. We call it light bread. So that is going to be our supper tonight. And I can't wait to taste this. This is going to be awesome. Alright, y'all. It's the next morning. Look how beautiful our squash relish is. Look at that. So I'm going to get these marked and get these in the pantry. 5 beautiful jars.